This is a public service announcement about how tobacco affects people in the United States of America. However, in order to understand the statistics of this concept, it is important to know what tobacco is and why it is so addicting. Tobacco is a green leafy plant that is grown in warm climates. When the plant is picked, it is dried, ground up, and used in many different ways. For example, tobacco can be smoked in a cigarette, cigar, or pipe. It can also be chewed or sniffed through the nose. The reason why tobacco is so addictive is because of the chemical nicotine. Nicotine is one of the many chemicals found in cigarettes and in smoke. Once we smoke, chew, or sniff tobacco, nicotine goes into our bloodstream and our body becomes addicted to it. Nicotine is what makes tobacco a drug. Since nicotine is a stimulant, it speeds up the nervous system so we feel like we have more energy. It also makes the heart beat faster and raises blood pressure. When it comes to marketing, tobacco companies spend about $9.5 billion per year to promote their products. This amount is about $30 million every day. Additionally, the tobacco companies pay about $7.6 billion on price discounts paid to retailers or wholesalers to reduce the price of cigarettes to consumers. This, in addition to advertisements scattered everywhere, make tobacco easier to buy and attracts more buyers. Unfortunately, this marketing technique attracts children and young adults. Despite the tobacco companies claiming that they have stopped intentionally marketing to kids and targeting youth in their research or promotional efforts, they still continue to advertise tobacco in ways that reach vulnerable underage populations. For instance, tobacco companies continue to advertise heavily at retail outlets near schools and playgrounds, with large ads and signs clearly visible from outside the stores. In the United States of America, the use of tobacco has taken a toll on the country. For example, there are over 1.8 million high school students who are current smokers. In addition, 14% of high school males are current cigar smokers. Furthermore, there are more than 2,500 kids who are under the age of 18 who try smoking for the first time each day. On top of that, about 580 kids become new regular daily smokers each day. Finally, about 540 million packs of cigarettes are consumed by kids each year, and about 40 million of adults in America are tobacco users. Smoking, or any consumption of tobacco, can cause serious damage to children. For instance, tobacco uses around or during the time of birth can cause spontaneous abortions, stillborn births, low birth weight babies, and other pregnancy and delivery complications. Exposure to nicotine during fetal development can have a lasting negative consequence on the brain development of the child. Another way smoking can harm children is exposure to the smoke of the tobacco product. This can cause coughs and wheezing, bronchitis, asthma, pneumonia, potentially fatal lower respiratory tract infections, eye and ear problems, or injury or death from cigarette-caused fires. Lifetime smoking or other tobacco use almost always begins by the time kids graduate from high school. Since they are naive, young kids frequently develop into regular smoking, which typically turns into a strong addiction. This addiction can be so strong that it is impossible to overcome. The reasons why is that adolescents' bodies are very vulnerable to the effects of nicotine. That is why those who start smoking early have a lot more trouble giving up tobacco than others. Smoking or using tobacco will always lead to damage to the user's body. For example, smoking tobacco is responsible for 87% of lung cancer deaths. Smoking tobacco can also lead to respiratory diseases such as chronic bronchitis. Furthermore, using tobacco can lead to heart attacks and heart diseases such as strokes and hypertension. In addition, cigarette smoking is a cause of diabetes and increases both the risk and severity of arthritis. Hearing loss, vision problems, and chronic coughing and wheezing have also been linked to smoking. At the end of the day, smoking or using tobacco is something that everyone should stay away from. The reason why is that it will always lead to some negative effect on your life.